Hey guys, this is Martha Hedgehog with my June 2015 TBR. That's what I'm doing. So I actually didn't add too many new books to my TBR because I still have quite a few from my old TBR. So this is kind of going to be a repeat what you guys have already seen in the past, but I think you're used to that by now. So let's just jump straight into this. So I'm going to continue to read A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I did get through more of it in May, and I'm probably going to get through more of it by the time this video goes up because I got a long plane flight coming up, and I'm going to feel like reading this, so that's on my list, obviously. Next, I have Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver, the second book in the Delirium trilogy. I actually am reading this right now and enjoying it a lot. I'm actually just not I'm kind of not in the mood for it, but I am reading it and enjoying it. So, next up I have, if I can grab it, Undertow by Michael Buckley, the first book in his new trilogy, which I think is just called the Undertow trilogy for now. I hope it gets a different title. I was supposed to read this in May, didn't get around to it, so reading it now, and I am looking forward to it, even though I've been hearing mixed reviews. Then I have Bad Luck Girl by Sarah Zettel, the third and final book in the American Fairy trilogy, which I do plan on getting to fairly soon, because I do want to finish this trilogy. Then I have A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, the first book in the Darker Shade trilogy. I really want to get to this one. I kind of wish I had picked this one up instead of Pandemonium, but I didn't, so I'm picking it up now. Well, I will pick it up next, after Pandemonium. Then I have Lost in Babylon by Peter Larangis, the second book in the Seven Wonders series, which I plan on reading fairly soon, because I am trying to get through a bunch of series that I own and have. Then I have The Lost Kingdom by Matthew J. Kirby. This is a standalone middle grade adventure novel, I think kind of / steampunk, that has been on my shelf for about 2 years now, 2 Christmases, and I do want to get around to reading it, so going to. Then I have The Book of Atris by Rand and Robin Miller, the chronologically the second book in the Mist trilogy, publication date the first one. Whichever one you want to go by, I go chronologically. So, second book. I want to take a trip down memory lane, and so I'm going to with this one. And I have The Shadow Cabinet by Maureen Johnson, the third book in the Shades of London series. Really need to read this before I forget everything that happened in the last book, so fairly soon, hopefully. I know you guys are tired of seeing this one, and so I probably will read this next just so I can get off my TBR, and that is Slaves of Socorro by John Flanagan, the fourth book in the Brother Man Chronicles. I do want to read it, I just haven't felt like reading it anytime soon. But I'm going to. That was my books. Oops. Note to self, don't make Throne of Glass your supporting book, otherwise they're all gonna fall. So I'm going to read this, I do want to read it, and I'm tired of being on my TBR, so I'll probably read it next, whether or not I'm in the mood. Then I have Girl of Nightmares by Kendar Blake, the second book in the Anna duology. Want to throw some horror into my summer, so I'm going to read this. Then I have The Eye of Minds by James Dashner, the first book in the Mortality Doctrine trilogy. I really need to read this because I need to read some more James Dashner. So I'm going to read this. Oh. Then I have Found by Harlan Coben, the third and I think final book in the Shelter trilogy. I kind of actually don't want to read this yet. I may just go back and read the first 2 books because I don't remember much, so I might wait on this one, quite honestly. And then some new books that I have on my list. If I can reach them. Just realized I forgot to grab a couple. Oops. Oh well. There'll be surprises. So I have River Quest by John Vornholt, the second book in the Dinotopia paperback series. Just, when I want to take a breather from my very large TBR, I can just read this in like a day sitting. Yeah. Go down memory lane a bit. And I have The Unmapped Sea by Mary Rose Wood, the 5th book in the Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place series. I'm very sad about the cover changes. I mean, I like these covers, but it doesn't match anymore and it doesn't have the deckled edges, which actually, I don't like deckled edges. But in this series I did, so I'm sad. But yeah, I need to read this and continue on with this series before I forget everything. Then I'm going to read Prisoner B3087 by Alan Gratz. I need some historical fiction in my life, and this is World War II novel. I think I'm about 99% positive actually that's based off a real story. So, going to read this. This also fulfills something on my 2015 reading challenge. I don't remember what. Then I have Let's Get Lost by Adi Al-Said because I need some contemporary on my list. And so, yes, going to read that. One book that I'm definitely going to read I don't have with me is Immortal Beloved. I think it's by Kate Tiernan. It's the first book in the Immortal trilogy. I'm reading that because it is the June pick for my young adult book club. But I ordered it, but it's not here yet. But I'm going to read that one. And then my classics for classic ladies. I think we're reading A Little Princess in June, but I can't remember. Whatever we're reading that, I'm going to add that to my list. And since I read The Bitter Kingdom last month, finally, I get to choose something from my very, very empty TBR jar. I need to update it. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to pull 2 so I can choose. Yeah, we're going to pull 3. The first one I pulled was The Eye of Mines, so we're not going to count that one. Okay, so we have David Knight by Gail Carson Levine, which I'm not that thrilled about reading again, just because I really don't feel like it. And then we have Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken, the 2nd book in the Darkest Minds series. That's a really, really, really thick book. We'll do it. Let's see, where are you? There you are. So, my TBR jar pick will be Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken, the 2nd book in the Darkest Minds series. I am excited, but I'm not excited because I don't remember much about the first book. So I hope it all comes back to me. Or maybe I should just start with the series from the beginning. I'll decide. But so this is my pick, and that is my TBR. Let me see if I can hold at least half of it. So this is half of my TBR. I'm probably going to get around to reading 9, maybe not even that many. We'll see. And actually, I'm probably going to spice it up a lot, so I probably may not end up reading hardly any of these books because I'm kind of in the mood for contemporary, so I think I'm going to just kind of pick read whatever catches my fancy this month. But yeah, so that's my June TBR, more or less. I'll probably be seeing you with my video for BookCon when I get back. And I will get my videos done about meeting Sharon Cameron and Michael Buckley, I promise. I will get those done. Hopefully I'll get those done when I get back. Hope you guys have a lovely beginning of the summer, and let me know what you plan on reading, and I will see you at the end of the month. Bye.